Hi everyone, hope you're okay. Just finishing my coffee, or drinking it anyway. So I thought I'd come on and do a quick video. These digitals I've purchased from Shabby Dabby Doodah in support of a difficult time that she's going through right now. I downloaded, I think, 3 kits, all of which are really nice, but this particular bunch, I thought I could make some. That's my post. I thought I could make some beads, which is what I've been doing for the last couple of days again. And I'm trying to make some beads which are sort of botanical in nature because I'm going to do a journal for Junk Journal July, and I thought these would make a nice bead dangle for the book itself. So yeah, so I've got these are some papers that I've been using for my beads. Some botanical, some not. Some that I just thought would look really nice. And as you can see under all this lot, I've got a pile of stuff. So those didn't work very well. They're photographic paper and they're too small for what I wanted. But I expect I'll use them up at some stage. And yeah, so here's the ones I've been making, excluding that bit of paper. And now they're rolling all over the place. So yeah, here you go. These are quite chunky ones, and they've got a 5mm centre and the little bag on the left here is a bag of bead cores that I've been putting in them, which make them look quite professional. I'll show you what I mean. They just really finish them off. So yeah, let's show you. That one's a sort of paisley pattern, which is really pretty. But yeah, you can see they look so much better with the core. So yeah, I usually put those in with some glue. They stay there very well, but I wouldn't want them to fall out. Okay, so let me just show you quickly through these papers. They're all floral backgrounds from Tina's Etsy shop, which is called Shabby Dabby Doodah. So go along there and give us some love and support. And she's gives a lot to the crafting community and is going through a pretty troubled time, so I don't need the background paper there, the tea-dyed one. But I might make some tea-dyed paper beads, see what they look like. Anyway, I'm going to trim off the edges of this paper because I don't want white edges on my beads. And this is a last minute decision to do this video, so and I just wanted to get it out there, so it might not be ultra edited and some of it may be a little bit boring, so yeah, heads up there. But you can always fast forward through the bits that you don't want to watch, and I'll try and speed them up as I go. But yeah, just wanted to join in with some of the crafting community to see if we can help in any way. And the best way to help, I think, is either to buy something like a digital, which she doesn't have to do anything about, or buy her a coffee. So she put out a video a couple of nights ago, and yeah, very emotive and tough times. So yeah, so I'm cutting these into 1-inch strips, which is a little bit fiddly, but they are far neater than I can cut them by hand, and it's a bit quicker. So obviously out of a 12-inch, and this isn't a 12-inch paper, the 12-inch ones that I've been doing, obviously 12-inch papers, 12 by 12s, then obviously you can. I'm not going to fiddle about with the end because it takes a bit of patience to get it through that last bit. So yeah, just looking through to see which other one I'm going to cut up. And as you can see, they're really sort of subtle and pretty. That one's quite a good one. The ones with the little ditzy or with bright colours. Yeah, small details or bright colours seem to be the order of the day. The ones that I've been making, as you can see, are just tubular round beads rather than shaped. They're not made out of triangles, they're made out of straight strips. So you can see whatever's on the end of the strip will be the pattern that shows on the bead. So I usually have a look to see which is the better end to leave showing. So yeah, 1 inch strips again, they seem to make a nice sort of size. I have made smaller ones and I have made longer ones, which I think I'll show you later, because I was just showing you how I wire wrapped some of them. I've printed this out on, I think it's 120 GSM. Not sure what that is in American terms. And I haven't got the paper packet with me right this minute to be able to tell you that. I'm sure anybody that wants to know will find out. So get rid of my offcuts before that. I'm actually out in the garden, and it's really nice. So yeah, I'm just trying to screw them up and put them together so they don't blow away in the breeze. So yeah, if I leave the background noises in, you'll hear the birds and next door mowing the lawn and things like that. Dogs barking. I'll see how noisy it is when I finish this voiceover. So I'm using the 5mm bead roller, and yeah, the more evenly cut your strips are, the tidier they'll be. I'm using some EVA glue here, dries nice and quick, and it's very secure. I had been using glue stick. You can see glue stick there in the picture, but it isn't as instant sticking as these ones. This glue is. This is what I use for my book binding, this glue. So one down. So now the next bit will be me rolling these beads up. Not sure quite how much of this you want to see, but I'm going to leave it in anyway. So I hope everybody else is doing okay. I watched a video last night from oh god, brain's gone dead. Roxy's Creations, from Rachel, and she's set up the hashtag for support of Tina as well. So I thought I'd go along with her and do the same thing. So yeah, and she was saying if anybody actually makes a video using Tina's stuff, to put the hashtag shabby dabby doodah in the title, and then you know, we can all watch each other's. So yeah, just what a great community this really is between crafters. I'm getting through them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do. I might actually edit some of this, because I'm going to probably sit there and do all those strips. So I'll just show you what one looks like with the cores in, and this different one, because I've done 2 different ones there, and they look really nice. So it'd be really pretty on a bead dangle. Okay, so I'm going to carry on rolling these and then I'll be back. Right, so that's all those done. I'll just show you some of the other bits that I've been doing, and one of the bead dangles that's made up of the paper beads that I did before. I've been doing some other bits and pieces as well to go on these bead dangles to make them a little bit more original. So this is one made up of paper beads. This is another one where I've used book pages, and then these are my botanical dangles. Try saying that when you've had a few. So these are done on wooden earring blanks. I've put an illustration from some Pepin botanical paper on there. Used a nail file around the edges to distress the edges, and then put some resin on the top. And these, I found some silhouettes which I thought would make a nice addition to like a vintage or Victorian dangle. Oops, just nearly dropped the iPad. So there you can see that's in a tray for resin. This one's on a wooden. Okay, so yeah, these are the earring blanks. These are resin trays. Some more resin trays. What I've been thinking of doing is making something like a chatelaine. Chatelaine used to be the key holder of the household in the Victorian days and Edwardian days, and she used to hold keys and scissors and all sorts of bits of household stuff on a big like key ring type thing on a chain on her belt, and I thought that would make a really nice accessory for a junk journal. And I managed to find this little kit on Amazon, which has got this nice little awl, very pointy, pair of scissors, a thimble, and it also had a needle case. Then I also found these scissors. That set came with a tassel as well in the plastic box. So I'm just seeing how good the scissors are. And yeah, they're really nice and sharp. So they'd be useful anyway. But they might be nice little gifts to go with a junk journal or to tuck inside the pocket. So I've actually ordered some more of those. And I don't know about these, whether I can put them all on chains, but I'm going to have a look. I might be able to wire wrap them and hang them from a chain, but I'll see what I can play around and do and come back to you if I manage to do that. So yeah, I'll pop those in there, I think. But they'd look very nice with those accessories there, the little silhouettes that I've done. Yeah, they're coming together, but I'm trying to collect some stuff. I've got things like a tiny mustard spoon, silver mustard spoon that I've had for years, that I'd like to add to it. So that and some beads would look really nice. Okay, so I've just collected some of the other ones that I've been doing. Move the other. I'm getting rather a lot on my garden table here. Now, these long, thin ones were made out of plain paper. The blue ones were made out of one of my digitals. They were white, and I've painted them with some high sheen acrylic paint, with those bronzy coloured ones, copper or whatever you like to call it. And I'm going to have a go at wire wrapping some of these. So it's quite a long time since I did this, so bear with me. And you might not be able to see everything I'm doing, because it's difficult to do it in the middle of the table under the camera. But anyway, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, you can't see much of what I'm doing, I'm afraid. There you go. I've just moved in so you can. So I'm just making a loop on the end of this this bit of wire. Then I'll pop the bead on. So I've made like an eye pin loop at the end. Pop the bead on. And then I think this is 16mm wire, something like that. Or 1.6 or something. I can't remember now. It'll be on the reel. So now I'm going to make a loop at the other end, and I'm going to make that a wrapped loop. So I'm going to wrap that that wire round. So I'm going to hold the loop with my flat nose pliers and wrap that wire round, and then I'm going to wrap it round the rest of the bead as well. And then I'll finish it off by wrapping it round the other end of the bead where the other loop is, and that should give me a nice caged bead, and they look really pretty. So cutting that off with my flush cut snips, and then I'll give it a bit of a squeeze so there's no, straighten it up so both loops are facing the same way, just evening out the wire a bit there, straightening the loops, and there you've got your wrapped bead or caged bead. So yeah, that's really good. I've got some tiny Mayuki beads that I might actually thread, do some more of these and thread them on the wire that wraps around the bead, but they're a little bit along the lines of boho beads, but they need a bit more embellishing to be boho beads. Just straightening my wire there. If you run it through your fingers, it will straighten it or warm it a bit, which makes it a little bit more malleable. So I'm leaving some room on this one so I can wire wrap the loops at either end. And I'm using about 10 inches of wire to wrap these. So I cut off 10 inches or so. The bits that I cut off at the end will be fine for making little bead dangles, so I'll hang on to those. So I'm just shaking away there. Poor old tremor going on. And catch the loop at the end and try and straighten it a bit, and then I'm wrapping the wire, or straightening it first, and then wrapping it around the bead, trying to keep it reasonably even. Just winding it around the rest. These beads that I'm using have all been varnished, so they're a bit tougher than the ones that haven't, and those ones I've just made, I'll be varnishing all those with some triple thick. So just flush cutting that wire up against the loop, straightening it up, tidy it a bit. The end off, and there's that one wrapped. Just straightening the loops out. And making sure there's no bits of wire poking out. Just tuck it in because you don't want scrapey bits on it. Okay, there we go, there's another one. So those look nice, hanging on the spine of a journal, and I can also dangle things off the bottom if I want to. So now I'm going to have a look at wire wrapping one of these chunky ones, and because they're chunky ones, I'm going to get some chunky wire. Right, so I've got some, I think this is 1 mil wire, so it's going to be a little bit harder to manipulate, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, don't think this is going to be easy to do, but I'll see how it looks, because I do like a bit of chunky wire. So yeah, I see I'm out of shot here, so you can't see what I'm doing anyway. What I'm trying to do at the moment is make a little spiral thing to go on the end to hold the bead on. So yeah, there we go, you can see, and I'm trying to bend it at a right angle. It's actually difficult to hold it away from me and do it because I can't see what I'm doing. I think I might come back into the picture in just a moment. Sorry about that. There we go. So now I'm going to put the bead on. Choose a nice bead. This is one without the bead cores in it, and once again I've sort of veered off the screen again. Yeah, it's difficult working with this chunky wire, especially there we go. I've moved back in, so as you can see, I've got a loop going on at one end, and you can't see much else, so I'm really sorry about that. And I'm going to wrap that. So I've got loop at one end, I've made a spiral at the other end to hold the bead on, and then I'm, as you just have got caught a glimpse of it there, I'm trying to straighten that up against the bottom of the bead, and then I'll wrap the wire around the bead, and hopefully, there you go. So I've done a spiral at the bottom, and I'm wrapping this wire, which is really quite hefty and stiff. As you see, I'm trying to straighten that spiral at the bottom so it sits flush against the bottom of the bead, but it's not easy. So which is why I'm out of shot all the time, because it's easier to control if it's closer to you. So I'm wrapping that wire. It's easier with my fingers than there you go, you can see what I'm doing now. For a while you could anyway. I'm sorry about this. You just get sort of guest appearances by my hands in this. They pop in and they pop out again. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get control of the wire, which isn't easy with my hands trembling like that. But happens when I concentrate on things. If I do things without thinking, it's not quite so bad. But I usually manage to get there in the end somehow or other. So there you go. There's the spiral at the bottom that I was telling you about, which I'm just trying to put into place. Now it looks quite nice actually. Just going to trim off that end and tuck it in so that it's not scratchy. There we go. Straighten up the. As you see, I'm struggling because the wire is quite difficult to manipulate. Just trying to tighten up that spiral a bit so it doesn't stick out too far from the edges of the bead. So yeah, just trying to finesse it a bit. So there it goes. Looks like a little bottle. Looks quite nice though. Quite pleased with that. So hard work though. That is hard work. I need something between what I was working with before and this thick wire. So I'll have to delve into my supplies. So there's the 3 wire wrapped beads. Anyway, show Tina your love and thanks for watching. Bye for now.